I'm Officer Tim Wolfbrandt with the Albuquerque Police Department Recruiting Unit.
Good morning. My name is Detective Alex Rahimi. I'm also with APD's recruiting unit. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today for the live question and answer. Anything you guys need to know about the Albuquerque Police Department as a recruiting unit, we'd like to answer those questions and get you guys to apply with us. We have some special guests and some support we'd like to say thank you to. We do want to say thank you to Workforce Connection. They have hosted us here in the past and have done such a great job. So thank you, Workforce Connection. Also in attendance today, we have Fresno College Law Enforcement. Thank you guys for also joining us today through Zoom. And we also have our Northwest State Florida College Law Enforcement Academy. Guys, thank you again for joining us.
For those of you that haven't been to one of our virtual recruiting seminars, we want to go over some of the just basic building blocks of what you can expect as far as pay and benefits. We also want to go over how to get started with the process. But again, first, let's start with what you'll be able to be looking forward to. First of all, what we want to start out with is just the minimum requirements to be able to get in to the department. And you'll need these requirements to be able to apply. First of all, you need to be 21 years old. You need to have a valid New Mexico driver's license. Well, a driver's license, that'll have to be a New Mexico driver's license after you've started. You have to be a U.S. citizen, and you have to have a high school diploma or an equivalent GED.
Awesome. And for our laterals, if you guys are also coming in, you also need those minimum requirements too. But for as a lateral, you need to be currently certified, and you can come to the department. We'll send all your paperwork to New Mexico DPS to make sure the training matches ours. For those that are out of state, again, we'll have all that paperwork and we'll work with you guys to make sure everything is good to go for you to attend our lateral academy, and we'll have it sent to the New Mexico Department of Public Safety. The lateral academy, it's about 6 to 9 weeks of classroom time, and then you'll have the on-the-job training. And you'll also serve 1 year of probationary time.
And just to make sure that's clarified, there occasionally is a little bit of confusion for those of you that are looking at applying that aren't familiar with the terms. If you are applying for the first time as a police officer, you'd be applying as a cadet. If you're applying from another agency, transferring your law enforcement certification to us, then you'd be applying as a lateral, just so you're clear on the terms. For what you can expect as far as at least your pay and benefits, when you're going through the police academy, you'll be making $19.35 an hour. Also, just to note on this point, if you complete the entire hiring process and are selected for the academy, you'll be offered an opportunity to pre-hire with us. During that time you're pre-hired, you'll be making that same pay, $19.35 an hour, up until the academy actually starts. That's an elective position. You're not required to do it, but it's offered to you to help bridge the gap in between the time you're selected and the time you start the academy. Once you complete the academy, your pay will go up to $21.27 an hour for your first year, which is when you're on probation. As soon as you finish that probational year, your pay goes all the way up to $29 an hour. There's other increments that it goes up as well after that. If you want to see what you can expect over your time with the department, give us a call at recruiting and we can actually show you the entire spreadsheet of what your pay increases will look like.
Absolutely. And as a police cadet, we are offering the $5,000 sign-on bonus. If that's something you're interested in, becoming a police officer for the Albuquerque Police Department, we do offer that sign-on bonus. Again, it's $5,000 for police cadets. For laterals, depending on your experience, if you have 0 to 24 months of experience, you'll be starting at $21.27 an hour. If you have 2 years or more experience, you'll get a higher pay starting at $28 an hour. And after everyone completes their probationary period, you'll be bumped up to the $29 an hour.
And just another note with salary, like I said, after you've been on the department more, you'll be getting incremental increases in your pay. There are a couple hourly rate benchmarks, but where you really start to see your pay add up over time is through our program what we call longevity pay. That builds up over time. Ultimately, if you just stayed a patrol officer, you never promoted, you never went inside to do any other positions, you never accepted any other pay benefits, you just got your hourly rate and your longevity pay, you end up topping out at over $81,000, and that's without anything else. So you can certainly expect your pay to be significantly higher than that if you're also working overtime, or you promote, or you are in specialized units where you get call outs and comp time. So a lot of other factors to bring into that as well.
Great, thank you, Tim. Benefits. Let's talk about some of the benefits being hired on with the Albuquerque Police Department. We have our medical, dental, and vision insurance, great benefits to have. We also have our vacation and sick leave time. It's great to have anytime you need to take some time off for yourself, or if you're not feeling well, the vacation and sick leave, it is there for you guys to be able to use while you're working with the Albuquerque Police Department. Holiday pay as well, a big incentive. Holidays are time and a half. So the holidays that are recognized by the city of Albuquerque and APD, you are able to work those holidays and receive time and a half for those holidays. Our take-home vehicle program, a lot of agencies don't offer this. If this is something that you see as a benefit, I surely do. You get to take your police unit home to your house, and you are able to save on fuel and mechanical costs. So having that take-home car program, it's great for you to be able to save some money and be able to drive your unit from work and going home as well. Like Tim talked about, our pre-hire program, it's been very, very successful. I also did the pre-hire program when I first started working with the Albuquerque Police Department. A lot of information was given to me. I started my 40 hours. I started my retirement. It's just such a great program to have. And if you're interested in doing that, after you are hired on through the backgrounds process, you will be asked if you'd like to participate with this pre-hire program. Tuition reimbursement is a great benefit. A lot of departments don't have this, and this is something that has come to the department for you guys to be able to do. After you graduate and become a sworn certified police officer with the Albuquerque Police Department, we do offer a tuition reimbursement. And at the very bottom too, we have a student loan forgiveness. So if you're coming into the department with any college debt, the city will pay up to $25,000 per officer. That is debt that will be wiped away, that the city will pay for you. And on the other side, if you're looking to get your degree, an associate's, bachelor's, all the way to becoming a doctor, the city will also help you get your tuition paid off so you can earn your degree. Just another great benefit that we do offer from the city of Albuquerque and joining our department.
And just to touch on that a little bit more as well, since I know some of you watching may already be going to college. Maybe you're trying to decide for yourself whether or not you want to keep getting higher levels of degrees and everything before becoming a police officer. I know that was what I had wanted. I was going to nursing school before this. I finished my associate's degree. However, I wanted my bachelor's. Well, I decided to start with the police department and then finish my bachelor's after having started. And I was easily able to do that. I used the city's tuition reimbursement. It covered almost all my class, or the cost for my online classes. Once I finished my bachelor's degree, well, there's another $1,620 annually just for having a degree. I was able to use that degree. It certainly has helped me both on the department side, but also for my career in the New Mexico Air National Guard as well, having that degree. So if you want to pursue your degree after having started with us, I'd encourage you to do so. Don't delay starting with us too far if your ultimate goal is to be a police officer anyway, because you'll be able to take advantage of the tuition reimbursement to go to school. If you've accrued any debt, you can use the student loan forgiveness. And once you've obtained a bachelor's, master's, or PhD, you're going to get additional money on top of that over time anyway. So no matter how you look at it, the department's going to take care of you on the education side. We want to see you succeed with your education as well. Also, just one more thing on these benefits with the take-home vehicle program. depending on if you're considering different agencies and everything, I encourage you to look at what we have to offer with these type of features, because a lot of agencies, in fact, where I'm from in Michigan, I'm not aware of very many, if any, departments that you could take your vehicle home. It was always parked at a lot, and police officers would come into work and then check out the vehicle. So that's a great benefit. Saves you wear and tear on your own personal vehicle. Don't have to register, insure it, and you certainly don't have to pay for the repairs. So that and fuel are going to add up over each year. So that's additional money that you're saving.
Cool. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate all the great information. Some additional opportunities. Again, guys, this is part of your salary and the benefits that you can receive when you become an Albuquerque police officer. Some of which includes shift differential pay. So if you're working our swing shift, you can look forward to receiving an increase in your pay of $300 annually. If you're working graveyard, $600 annually. If you speak another language, bilingual pay, it's there for you guys to earn and receive. It's starting at the $240 up to $600 annually. Academic incentive pay, like we talked about, the department wants you to get your degree, and any debt that you have from getting your degree, the department will pay up to $25,000 per officer. And if you have, for instance, a bachelor's, master's, or PhD, you get an increase in pay. A bachelor's, it's $1,620 annually. As a master's, you get the $1,920. And if you earn your PhD, it's $2,219 annually.
And just to reiterate again, having these degrees, it's absolutely great to get that extra money on top, but it also just gains you those extra opportunities for promotion or getting in specialized units and stuff. So it's not a requirement for being able to do that, but it certainly does help to have that. And it, post-career, if you want to do something beyond law enforcement in the future, although we encourage you to stay with us as long as possible, we recognize that people are going to eventually branch out and everything. And we definitely want to see you be successful even after being a police officer with us.
Retirement, that's always a big question for us. So at the Albuquerque Police Department, you have the opportunity to earn up to 90% of your top pay. 25 years with Albuquerque Police will get you 70% of your retirement. If you stay the extra 5 years, you get your 90% for your retirement.
And that's practically unheard of, be able to get 90% of your top pay from where I'm from out east. So again, another thing to consider, even if an agency that you might be considering tries to offer you more on the front end, remember not only all the other benefits that we factor in, but also this, that you have the opportunity to get 90%.
AT requirements, always a great question. We are currently offering no score practice tests, and we'll kind of go over some of the minimum requirements. But if you're struggling and not too sure of what your baseline is for your push-ups, sit-ups, mile-and-a-half run, and 300-meter sprint, you can always contact the recruiting unit. Our number is posted here at the back, 505-343-5040. We'd love to work with you. We want to make sure you guys feel confident, especially for your PT requirements. So these include, again, the push-ups. You need to be able to do 15 push-ups in 1 minute. Our sit-ups, you need to be able to do 27 sit-ups in 1 minute. Our mile-and-a-half, you need to be able to complete it in 15 minutes and 14 seconds. And for our 300-meter run or sprint, you have to complete it in 71 seconds or less.
If you have any difficulty getting to these numbers, besides the fact that we'd encourage you to be working on these at home, you can always call us at the recruiting office. Just ask to schedule a no-score PT test. We can run you through the entire battery of these tests, exactly how they would be given on the day of testing. So not only how you would actually perform on the day of testing, but you also already know the format for which we'll administer the tests. We'll be able to actually show you what would qualify as a push-up or a sit-up and which wouldn't qualify. We also have videos posted on apdonline.com under the What to Expect tab, so you can actually see the instructions that would be given on how to properly do a push-up or a sit-up. But again, we would encourage you, if you want to actually get a good baseline and make sure you're doing each one of these steps properly, give us a call at the recruiting office and set up a no score PT test. We can do that for you at virtually anytime.
Cool, guys. Questions. Again, this is a live Q&A. If you guys have questions for us, down below, you can write a comment. We'll answer your questions on the Facebook. If there's anything on Zoom, we'll get to your questions as well. Today, guys, I'd like to welcome a special guest. She works at the Academy. She's a basic Academy instructor. Today, we have with us Kelsey Lukenhoff. Kelsey, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
I appreciate your time and stuff. I'd just like to, ask you some questions, and from our live audience, if they have any questions from you,
Sure.
they can maybe write some comments and we can get those answered and stuff. So Kelsey, how long have you been with the department?
12 and a half years. I started out in the field. I worked in the Southeast Area Command for 6 years on swing shift and graveyard. From there, I went into Southeast Impact. Impact does a variety of caseload. So we do everything from felony level auto burglaries to stabbings and shootings. From there, I went on to homicide, and now I'm an instructor at the Academy.
That's great, Kelsey. As a basic Academy instructor, what do you get to do? What's your role as an instructor?
Sure. So our basic role as an instructor is primarily interaction with the cadets. So from day one, we interact with the cadets and then move them along throughout their training at the Academy with the ultimate end goal of graduation and certification as a law enforcement officer.
Has it been pretty exciting? Like, do we have a current Academy class going on now, or?
Yes, actually, there is a current cadet class. They are in week 7. We just finished 2 weeks down at the APD range with the firearm staff there, where they did their quals. They're doing quite well, so we just finished that.
Oh, that's great to hear. These guys, do you know, are they graduating? Is it sometime in December or January?
No, so they'll be actually, so good question. So in December, actually, the CNM cadets will interact with the APD cadets. And then they actually graduate, I believe, in May.
Oh, perfect
Yeah.
then. So we're gonna have a really good class coming up then. A lot of police officers in the street. That's great then. What can people do to prepare for the Albuquerque Police Department Academy? Any suggestions at all that they should do to prepare themselves for the Academy?
Sure, absolutely. As you mentioned in the PowerPoint before, physical fitness is a large part of the Academy itself. So I would suggest, start running, practice push-ups, practice sit-ups on your own, do those sort of things so that you're at least somewhat able to, come in somewhat fit. And if you are fit, that will help kind of alleviate some of the stresses of the other parts of the Academy. It just helps. You can also reach out to other law enforcement officers, possibly go on ride-alongs, see how police interact, reach out, to recruiting, get some general knowledge on police work in general.
Okay, great. And I want to talk about, some of the physical requirements. We had mentioned earlier, these are just the minimum requirements with our push-ups, sit-ups, mountain half run. Does that increase at all during the Academy?
Yes. So throughout the Academy, you'll do some kind of basic physical fitness each morning.
Oh, okay.
We do runs. There's also an instructor that comes in and does training, which all the cadets will meet. They do weightlifting, kettlebells, track workouts. So throughout the Academy, you're increasingly getting stronger and more fit.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And kind of a question for you. What do you like about being a basic Academy instructor? Is there something that you enjoy doing or in helping those cadets become police officers?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned before, I'm fairly new at this position. I just transferred over for homicide. With this particular cadet class, I've really enjoyed just seeing from day one the growth in the person in general. And not only just growth in physical fitness wise, like for an example, someone falling out on the first run, but then, within 2 to 3 weeks, they're at the front of the class. And it's very encouraging to see the growth in each individual cadet.
Oh, that's neat then. Yeah, it must be very rewarding then to see that progress.
It is.
Stuff like that. Let's see if we have any questions for Kelsey real quick. I think we're doing okay. Okay, well, Kelsey, I appreciate your time and stuff, guys. If you think of questions later in the future, put your comments at the bottom. We'll reach out to Kelsey again and she can answer those questions directly to you. So thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
So a couple of our Facebook questions. We have someone asking about their high school diploma or GED. If they're homeschooled, like what would that look like if they're graduating from being from homeschooling? And yes, absolutely. I mean, everything that you're doing at the homeschool, your diploma, it is looked at and certified through New Mexico. So we do encourage you to apply with us and become a police officer. So yes, absolutely.
And just about homeschoolers, since I was a homeschooler up till my junior year of high school, don't discount your experience you have going through homeschooling. We expect that you're still going to be able to complete the tests that we have our city entrance exam, our Nelson Denny, those tests that you're going to take after you apply with us. Those are going to be the standards by which we gauge whether you're fit to be able to continue with the process and go to backgrounds anyway. So we do encourage you to apply as long as you've met those 4 basic minimums. When you go on our website and apply, if you are concerned about the tests and whether or not you've been adequately prepared for them, there are study guides that are available to you. Those are also under the What to Expect tab. And they'll also be made available as soon as you complete the apply now. You'll have documents that you need to fill out, and then there'll be hyperlinks to practice for the different tests you're going to be taking.
I appreciate it, Tim. We just received another question about our tattoo policy. Tattoos are allowed, which is a big question that we do receive about the department if you can display your tattoos. They do need to be approved through your chain of command, but afterwards, you're more than welcome to have tattoos displayed working out in the field as an Albuquerque police officer. So good question. Guys, again, if there's any questions and stuff through Zoom or on Facebook, you can put your questions down below and we'll try to answer it. Some exciting news coming up. We do have 2 test dates in the month of November. Our November dates, they're going to be on apdonline.com. If you guys want to and are ready to apply with us, go to our website. At the top right, you'll see the Apply Now button. You'll have some basic questions that need to be answered. And afterwards, you can select a testing date. Again, we have 2 testing dates in November. If any of those are interesting or you would like to apply with us, again, we're at apdonline.com.
And when you go to APD Online, feel free to navigate around and take a look at the website, get a little familiar with it. Like I said, there's a lot of useful information if you're willing to or planning to apply with us. A lot of the information is what we just discussed. If there are any questions about the information, again, you can give us a call. Also, like I said, we can schedule you to come in and do no-score PT tests. So we're going to be available to help you through the process from the time you submit your interest card till the time you finish the testing or moved on to backgrounds. You'll be talking with a recruiter like Alex or me, and we'll be the ones guiding you on your way until you get to backgrounds. Once you're assigned to a background detective, then you'll be contacting them for questions. But like I said, we'll get you at least to that point.
Perfect. Awesome. So we have a question from Drew. Drew was wondering if in the academy, does the academy provide college credit hours? And yes, absolutely. after you do graduate with Albuquerque Police Department, you can speak with the basic academy staff, and the classes that you took becoming a police officer will become college credit hours and will help you earn your degree, whether it be in an associate's, bachelor's, and so on. So that's a great question, Drew. Thank you for that. Another one was asking if we're going to have more testing during the week or testing weekends. Tim, do you think we're going to have more of these 2-a-day testings and more than one testings coming up?
I think we will. We're doing one this month. I think we're going to try it out and see how the response goes. I think that's something that we'd like to be able to do into the future. It's going to take a little bit to get going, but if that's an interest of yours, give us a call if that's what works best, and we'll take a look at what our options are. The testing dates, they are, of course, in stone that we are doing those dates, but we may be able to, in the future, swing some other testing dates depending on people's situations. So just keep your ear to the ground for that. And like I said, please reach out to us if that's something that really interests you.
And probably our last question, and it looks like we have someone that's motivated to join the department. He's going to be turning 21 next year. So we're excited to have you apply with us and become a police officer with the Albuquerque Police Department. If you have questions for us, feel free to reach out to us about leading up to your testing weekend. That's what we're here for. We want you to feel confident. I know you're turning 21, like you said, next year and stuff, but if there's questions, feel free to reach out to us.
And with you turning 21, and this is just for anyone that's interested. So between 18 to 21, you're eligible to apply as a police service aide. Police service aides are similar in that you're going to be driving around a vehicle, taking similar reports like crash reports or larceny type reports. You'll be getting a lot of building blocks for when you turn 21 and become a police officer. However, in your situation, you'll be turning 21 next year. Give us a call so we can take a look at the date, because you can apply as a police officer at 20. As long as by the day you graduate, you've already turned 21, which would be, the academy is about 6 months. So if during that 6-month time period, you turn 21, you still will be able to continue as a police officer. In fact, we had a guy in my cadet class who's 20 years old, but turned 21 in the academy, and therefore he was able to graduate as a police officer. So if you want to give us a call, we can take a look at the testing dates and what class you'd be testing for and see if that's a viable option for you. It may very well be. So give us a call. If you are interested in our police service aid program, if this doesn't apply to you, give us a call too. It's a great way to get started on your career as well, because you're already going to be building city time towards your retirement. So it's definitely a great program. I wish I had done it when I was 18. I would be able to retire a lot earlier had I done that. So give us a call if you have questions about that or want to learn more. And again, go to our website and you can see a lot of that information already.
Cool. We had a quick question on Zoom, just with everything that's going on. So our department, we are very, very focused on our community training, feeling confident, being an APD officer. And our numbers this year alone have been our best numbers as a police agency. Compared to last year, 2019, we've actually doubled our interest cards, meaning people that had any interest at all signing up with the department. We had doubled our numbers. So this year alone, it has been our best year as the recruiting unit and as a department. I couldn't be any more proud being a part of this unit. So if you guys are wanting to join us, join the best agency, APD. I think that kind of wraps it up with our questions and stuff.
And just one more thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Alex. With on that note, we are the best agency, and that, of course, that's going to be a little biased on my side, but you have to consider a lot of factors. We've thrown out our pay benefits, some of the other peripheral stuff that we have to offer, but one big thing we want to kind of leave you with is, and you've been seeing the patches flipping through behind us the whole time we've been talking. We're the largest department in the state, and we have the most specialized units. Bomb squad, I've been on bomb squad for about the past 5 years, and I love that unit. if you are interested, you just have an interest, you may not even know what unit applies to, but talk to us about it because there's probably a specialized unit available to you that would be able to use your interests. We have over 50 specialized units. That's the most out of the state. That's one of our big benefits and why a lot of people come to us is because of the opportunities we have to offer. If you start to get burnout in one area, well, maybe look into doing a TDY position with a different unit and seeing if that's going to restore the joy you have for the job. There's so many different opportunities that are going to come up through your career. They're going to make lasting impressions on you, and you're going to be able to use those as a jumping off point if you want to do something, maybe even more in that realm in the future. Could be with a federal agency or something. We don't know. Again, we want you to stay here. But if you ever do have goals of branching out into something else, APD is also a great place to get that foundation.
Well, that wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on our live Q&A. If there's any other questions and stuff, feel free to call us. Our number's down here below, 505-343-5040. If you want to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page, we're at Albuquerque Police Recruiting. Please give us a follow. You can send us messages there as well. Our email, apdrecruiting@cabq.gov. Guys, thank you. And Marissa, thank you for your support. It's a last comment there. We appreciate your time, guys. Anything else?
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you.
Talk to you again.
We'll see you guys. Thank you.